Hey there everybody, and welcome back to more Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion. I figured it would be a good idea to start off in a little bit of a different town this time and just take a look at Leowyn. Yes, that's where I am. I didn't forget, you did. Yeah, but I'm mainly here to just sell off some stuff and get some new merchant dialogue.
Dividing line between a live hero and a dead one is a sharp sword. Get the best you can afford from Tunzius. Because you don't want to be on the dead guy's side of the line, do you?
Very apt, I do not.
I make all the weapons and armor for the guard. Damn good stuff. Pop you open like a ripe melon.
Concerning. Please don't.
Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
It's just nice to hear some different dialogue once in a while. Our regular Argonian merchant over in Coral is just gonna have to suffer without our business for a day. But this guy, he's gonna get it. I just ended that and he had nothing to say to me, so...
Be seeing you.
There we go, there's some politeness. Dare you, sir. Not pamper me immediately. Yeah, but we don't actually spend a lot of time in any city other than Coral.
Who will help an old beggar?
No, I would not. Alright. Yeah, but we don't spend much time in any place other than Coral, and that's kind of weird, considering how big this world is. So let's also take a look at Southern books, before we go on to the main attraction of today.
Yeah, buy a goddamn book. It's a bookstore, ain't it? Don't just go peeking at them. Buy one! I'm Bugak Grabol, and I say you better buy a goddamn book. And right away, damn it.
I completely forgot about that. I have in my notes, funny man, but I thought it would be different. Alright, Leowyn.
I am sick of orcs coming in here and giving me the business. Ooh, Bugak got a bookstore. Ooh, Bugak's a sissy scroll scribbler.
Alright, so, now, we're just here to look at this guy because he's a funny dude to be around, but something I took notice of, he sells clothes, wine, food, and then you get to the books, but he has an interesting issue here, where in which these two books aren't lumped together, and that means they have two different item codes, meaning those are two different books, which is weird and interesting. But he also sells all the guides to the cities, all of the brief history of the Empire, all of the biography of Baron Zaya, of course, the Beggar Prince, Arcana Restored, and all of the Fire Nexus. Yeah, this is a very powerful scroll. Resist fire for 100% and fire damage, 100 points and 30 feet for 3 seconds. You remember J'zargo from Skyrim? This is pretty much his predecessor. Except with less death to the main character, but that's beside the point. Myth or Menace? I think that's about the Mythic Dawn, actually. The lusty Argonian maid. Ah, sir. Song of Pelinal. He has pretty much all of them, and he even sells silverware.
Another satisfied customer.
And I like to make him happy because he scares me. No, he doesn't. He makes me laugh, but still. So why are these two different? They're not. Interesting. Do those two books not stack? Why don't they stack? If I picked up another one, would they start stacking? I don't actually know, and I don't understand. But that's one of the many mysteries of Leowyn. Feel free to come here yourself and explore the mystery of the book.
Yes?
I do like Leowyn, though. There's also an interesting rumor, that turns out to be true that I want to tell you guys about here. If you go to the Leowyn dungeons, there's actually a small place in there where in which there is a torture area set up, and the Countess tortures all the Argonians she can get there. Specifically all the criminals she can find. Now, we might remember that from a previous quest with the Thieves Guild. And, yeah, that's an interesting thing. Because one of the members of the Thieves Guild gets kidnapped and gets sent off to be tortured. I thought that was a Nirnroot and I somehow missed it. Anyways. But something interesting that I'd want to point out, and I think in the city of Breville, there is another torture dungeon like that. And that is not one we see, but it is there. And there is no reason for it to exist, and there's no one that even talks about it. We don't even know who's tortured there, and it looks fresh and cleaned, meaning someone's made their way down there as well. And that is alarming and disturbing in so many different ways. But anyways, off to what we're going to explore in this episode, which is Fort Teleman. That was a really long explanation that came down to... Yeah, that's neat. And it is. It is really cool. I like all that. What? It's still there? Come on. What? This area is inhabited by necromancers. They're not the strongest necromancers, as you can clearly see, but it is indeed inhabited by necromancers. And also, by the way, Daedra. These aren't your regular necromancers. They will summon undead, but they are more like conjurers, I believe. Anyways, this dungeon has 2 floors, 2 zones, I mean, and is a medium-sized dungeon. Hey, wait, we missed something on the outside. We got the chest. What am I thinking of? I feel like there's something here that I am missing. Maybe it's near the water. Oh, that's right. It was the Nirnroot, but we already got that in the Nirnroot video. It's kind of just an obsession thing to keep looking at. What? But I got them all. You shouldn't spawn in. I must have missed him. So there's the Nirnroot at Fort Teleman. How many did I miss? Oh well, that can be covered in a later video. Okay. Now immediately upon entering, there are enemies to your left and to your right. Pretty easy to take out with my strongest spell. Book of the Daedra, no thanks. Let's cast light now. Up there is the shortcut back to the entrance, meaning that this dungeon is a little deep. 2 floors deep, but still deep. Oh, thank God he died. Alright. So, we've actually taken out most of the big issues you'll have along the way here. There's no way to get down to those tunnels, by the way.
Show me what you've got.
I've shown you. Oh, thank goodness. Now, the reason I'm fighting the necromancers like this instead of getting up close and punching them like I probably should is because I am simply afraid of them. And there is no better way to put it. Yeah, I don't really like necromancers that much. Well, I personally enjoy the spells and love using them, and that's the main class I try to play in any game. That and medic, if I can't play necromancer. You can judge me as you wish, but Being a necromancer is just really late healing. There's supposed to be a boss in here, but he isn't here. I guess he's asleep in another room. Either way, let's loot his chests. Yeah, I don't like fighting them because they can summon really powerful things that are just unpleasant to deal with. And I'd like to avoid that as best I can. And now deeper into Fort Teleman. Into the Order of the Black Rose. Oh, thank you. So the Daedra and necromancers here are fighting. Which honestly means that these guys probably summoned them and didn't think about the issue. Oh, Jesus. It got dark. Didn't think about the issues of summoning these guys and having no way of controlling them. Or they're coming from the nearby Oblivion Gate. But these guys will even be here before the Oblivion Gate opens. Meaning that these necromancers did indeed summon them. And that is, honestly, a little bit disturbing and a little bit depressing. That they can't control their own summons. Alright, and in this second floor... God, where do I go? I came from there. I am here. And this corner is... boss chest. We don't need the journeyman mortar and pestle. And through this door here is... boss. A boss. I guess... I don't know why the corridor is already mapped out. Nope. I like how I said boss as if I'm talking about Solid Snake. Boss. Hi. How about you don't do that? You as well. I will win in a fight against a bear, so I can win in a fight against a Daedra. Specifically a fist fight. Okay. Now even deeper into these caves. Alright. Die now. Thank you. Truly, I did not mean for this spell to be this broken, but it's at least balanced broken. You are the boss of this area, and that is mildly disappointing, because I knew you would die that fast. Now, I find it interesting that he is here. This is a boss in this area, and it feels a little bit lacking because, aside from the beheaded statue of what looks like Nocturnal? Beheaded. It's got half of it cut off. That's not beheaded. Yeah, with half of that missing, and there's no chests in here. Just enemies. It's kind of peculiar how there's no boss chest. I mean, it's in the previous room, and it's optional to go in here. But it feels like it would be better off if they had a boss chest of some kind, other than the lackluster one there. But we go through here, and we're pretty much in the clear. There's not going to be any more enemies that we have to fight or deal with. There we go. Get all the stuff. By the way, I've got to point out that Fallout 3 is significantly less playable than this game, and it came out 2 years later, and I have to run it on a service pack for Windows XP, and I can just run this game. I don't know what that says about the game itself, and I don't know what that says about the coding, but I feel like that means that Fallout 3 is a little bit outdated. In its code, at least. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Check my Patreon, Coffee, and Twitter in the description if you want to support my channel. Thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!